Everything you can see, everything you can't, every star, every planet, every atom in your body was once smaller than this. And then, in less time than it takes to blink, it became everything. This is the story of the first second of the universe, and by the end of this video, you'll understand it better than 99% of people ever will. Let's start at the very beginning. T equals 0. At time 0, there was no space, no time, just pure, infinitely dense energy. Physicists call the first moment the Planck Epoch, and it lasted just 10 to the power of negative 43 seconds. That's a decimal point followed by 42 zeros, then a 1, a number so small it breaks the laws of physics as we know them. At this moment, gravity was still merged with the other forces of nature, one single unified force. The temperature, over 142 non-alien degrees. There is no hotter moment in the history of the universe, before or since. And then, gravity broke away, the first force to separate, the first crack in the unified universe. This single event set off everything that would follow. Next came the Grand Unification Epoch, lasting until about 10 to the negative 36 seconds. During this time, the strong nuclear force broke away from the electro-weak force. 3 of the 4 fundamental forces of nature were now separate: gravity, the strong force, and the electro-weak force. The universe was still smaller than a single proton, but it already contained the blueprint for everything that would exist. Temperature was still unimaginable, around 10 to the 27th degrees. For comparison, the core of our sun is about 15 million degrees. This was hotter than the sun's core by a factor of 10 followed by 20 zeros. And the universe was just getting started. Now comes the moment that changed everything: cosmic inflation. In a fraction of a second, the universe expanded by a factor of at least 10 to the 26. To put that in perspective, imagine a single grain of sand suddenly becoming larger than the entire observable universe. That's the scale of this expansion. And it happened faster than the speed of light, not because anything was moving through space faster than light, but because space itself was stretching. This is one of the strangest facts in all of physics. Einstein's speed limit applies to objects moving through space. It does not apply to space itself. During inflation, tiny quantum fluctuations, random ripples smaller than an atom, got stretched and frozen into the fabric of the universe. These frozen ripples would later become the seeds of every galaxy, every star, every cluster we see today. You are looking at the origin of cosmic structure itself. When after inflation ended, the universe was filled with something called Quark-Gluon Plasma. Imagine a soup of the most fundamental particles we know, quarks and gluons, swirling freely, unable to combine into anything stable. It was so hot and so dense that protons and neutrons literally could not exist yet. Light could not travel freely either. The universe was completely opaque, an impenetrable fog of pure energy. As the universe expanded, it cooled, and as it cooled, quarks finally began binding together. 3 quarks combining to form the first protons, 3 more forming the first neutrons. These are the same protons and neutrons that make up every atom in your body right now. You are made of particles that first formed in this exact moment, 13.8 billion years ago. And now, we arrive at the moment this video is named for, 1 second after the Big Bang. At this exact moment, something remarkable happened. Neutrinos decoupled from matter. For the first time, particles could travel freely through the universe without constantly colliding with everything around them. These neutrinos are still traveling through space right now. Right now, billions of them are passing through your body, completely undetected. At the 1 second mark, the temperature was around 10 billion degrees, still impossibly hot, but a billion times cooler than the very first instant. The entire visible universe was now roughly the size of our solar system, compact, dense, but already containing the seeds of everything. And here's the detail that should blow your mind. During this period, matter and antimatter were annihilating each other constantly. for every billion particle-antiparticle pairs that destroyed each other, one single particle of matter survived. That tiny imbalance, 1 in a billion, is the only reason anything exists at all. From that one surviving particle in a billion came stars, came planets, came you. Everything that has ever existed in this universe is a direct descendant of that first, impossibly hot, impossibly small second. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember, you're not just looking at stars. You're looking at the same energy, the same particles that existed less than 1 second after everything began. If this blew your mind, subscribe, because next time we go even further back, before time itself existed.